Okay, tubers, I have made the platform for a scaffold that after my last greenhouse, I found it necessary. I was definitely going to have one of these things, and then while I'm building this one, this greenhouse, I'm going to go ahead and build this to help me build this greenhouse. So anyway, there's plywood on the bottom, and each okay, that's plywood on the bottom. I'm using 2x4s to frame it out, and this is 2 feet by 78 inches. Okay, each side of the scaffold is 95 inches tall by see if you can see that, 33 and almost 3/4. Each one of the these pieces here are 31 inches long, 30 and a half, I'm sorry, right at 30 and a half inches long. I've got several of those cut. That's going to be the steps, and that will be what the platform sits on. Okay, tubers, I've made a jig over here to kind of space these out, and I've also got some blocks I'm going to use to support each step on both sides. Alright, I'm just going to start nailing it together. I think you get the picture. I'm going to do the bottom, shore it up, and the top. I'm going to do the other just the same way, the other side of the scaffold. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to measure up from the bottom 5 inches, because I'm going to put a wheel down on this end, and I'm going to have a spacer to build the support for the axle. Then I'm going to use this as my mark on the other side of the support for the axle. I'm going to cut it, that board on the top, at that length, and it'll sit right here, and my wheel should go in between there. May have to space that. I'll have to put something else there. I gotta give it a little more space than that. Let's see what I can come up. Okay, I've actually made another set with a 1x, a 1x and a 2x4, actually 2x4 by about 8. I've kind of made a spot to give it a little more support, and I'm going to make it look like this. I'll make sure these are even, and then I'll drill a hole between it for my axle, and my wheel will ride there. Done it for both. It's getting dark. Probably have to pick it up tomorrow. Alright, I bought 6-inch bolts. These are just carriage bolts with a 3/8" nut. That I'm going to go drill me a 3/8" hole. And on both sides of that support, anyway, whatever that thing's called, my frame, and stick this through it with my wheel on it. It's getting dark, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Okay, I've got the bolt in, and the wheel spins freely. I should be able to stand it up and roll it wherever I got to in the greenhouse. I'll put the X braces on there tomorrow, show you how to do that. Not sure how much of this you actually could see last night, but I have bolted in with a 6-inch carriage bolt between the support structure that I made to hold the wheels. That's a 1x, and that's a 2x4. It's a 1x4 and that's 2x4. That's what it took to get the wheel in there, because it does have like a little raised spot there. Anyway, all it has to do is get me around in the greenhouse so I can roll this thing. And I'm gonna put my support with rebar. I'm sorry, conduit. This is electrical conduit. I'm gonna flatten that out on the end, put a hole through it. I may just move it up here, it's gonna be easier. I'll move it up here. It should still support it fine. I don't know, maybe down here. We'll see. Still work in progress, but that's gonna be what holds the thing together. Give you a better idea what this thing looks like. I ended up putting some stop boards on the ends of this, just to keep it from sliding around on both sides. And that's kind of my idea for the scaffold. Alright, the way I'm making my support cross bars is I'm taking that 1/2-inch electrical conduit and I'm flattening out. I'm just hammering it flat on each end, and it'll look something like this. When it's done, and I'll be able to drill a hole in it and put a bolt through it on both sides. Alright, it's done. I'm going to wheel it out, put the support to keep it nice and square, and the bracing there, I should be good. So I'm going to wheel it out there to the, I've got myself some handles over here so I can pick it up and take it like a wheelbarrow out to the greenhouse. Alright, here's this maiden voyage. Maybe mine. Good. Now all I need to do is start sliding these things down. I'll have to get the wrenches. But it works. Greenhouse scaffold. Thumbs up. greenhouse scaffold. Y'all go play in some dirt. We'll see you next time.